was telling everyone that you spend most of your time in research, and actually you were instrumental in the development of a heart guard. Hey, Kim, how are you? And now you've become an expert in anti-aging, age-related diseases, and nutrigenomics. And that's where you spend most of your time now because that's your passion. And you go all over the United States talking about this. And I have known Becky and Lee probably for about 4 years now. And let me tell you, they are the sweetest, most wonderful couple. I have never, ever, ever seen them without a smile on their face. And they are always ready to help anyone. But especially, like I like to say, Dr. Seward, we want to be the voice for those who don't have a voice of their own, our precious animals. And I think Dr. Seward really embodies what I believe should be the medical, what is the medical motto, but I don't believe it's practiced all the time, is first do no harm. And he was open. In fact, he spent most of his life on, let's say, the pharmaceutical side, right? But he was open to take a look and found nutrigenomics, and that has become his new passion. So nutrigenomics is a big word. Can you explain just a little bit what that means? Because that's the focus of today.
Yeah, it's a big word, but it's a fairly simple concept. Basically, it is using nutrition, that is food and supplements, to influence the expression of our genes. You know, we can't, and animals can't change their genetics, but we certainly can influence how our genetics are expressed. And with nutrigenomics, the idea is to use nutrition and supplements to improve our lives, improve our performance, and in this case, improve your lifespan. So nutrigenomics, tough looking word, but really something that has become a really hot button in research and in people's lives today. So it's a neat concept, and it's a very effective one in allowing us to control some parts of our lives, control our gene expression, or at least influence it.
Awesome. So if I understand correctly, what this means is that although my genes would predispose me to certain things, we can now through nutrigenomics affect that, and maybe some things not that are bad not be expressed. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, perfect.
Before you go any further, Lilianne, I just want to thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
You launched into the questions. I didn't get a chance to thank you. I know animals are dear to your heart. You're a well-respected and known professional dog trainer, and do agility agility trials on your own and train other people's animals to perform and agility. You're a biologist with a degree in biology and love the science. So this is really a tremendous opportunity for me to join you and this interaction and talk about something that's near and dear to both of us, and that is the lifespan of our pets, of our furry family. So great to be with you, and I know you're an animal lover, and that's why I'm here with you.
Well, thank you.
Now back to the question.
So yes. Well, and that was a great lead in into our topic, which we're mostly. This is something that it makes me so excited. Healthier, longer lifespan. So talking about the dogs and the training, I just this weekend, my dog Oliver got his 6th agility trial championship, and it hit me like, oh my God, he's 8.5 years old. I should move him into the veteran class. And it was kind of bittersweet. Like, yeah, we got this big award. And I was like, oh my God, it's like 8 years. You know, if animals have one fault, dogs, is they don't live long enough, right? And for us that compete with our animals, we spend inordinate amounts of money in training and books and classes and trials and hours of training time. So if for me, the possibility of having another year, another healthy year with him, keeping him injury free so that we can keep competing, I mean, nothing could fill me with more joy. And that is what we're about here to share. I know you have a little secret, which is a study that was done by the NIA, that's the National Institute of Anti-Aging. And I want to know all about it.
Okay, well, all about it is a long story, but let me tell you, first off, the National Institute of Aging is part of the National Institute of Health, and the National Institute of Aging is a government-funded organization, draw all their support from taxpayer dollars, and they have been conducting for many years, close to 20 years now, a study looking at various compounds and natural products, various drugs, compounds, natural products, to see if any of them would have an impact on the longevity of mice. The mouse model is used for animals, humans, in this particular instance, for all animals as far as I'm concerned. In this study that they've been doing for all these years, they have looked at over 30 different drugs and natural products to see if they can find some that have an impact on longevity. So this has been going on for quite a while. It's a very elaborate study, very difficult study. Obviously, they use a mouse model because most animals, including humans, wouldn't work very well for longevity studies. You know, you'd have a 300-year study. But to make it long enough, because like I said, this one has gone on for almost 20 years. So really the significance of this study is dramatic as far as I'm concerned. What they found, and they found a number of compounds, a number of drugs that did have an impact on longevity. And of course, many of these drugs have other effects. So I can't imagine most of us would want to give our animals or ourselves a drug that is specifically targeted to treat a certain condition and use that for years in our animals with all the side effects that those would have. In looking at natural compounds, they looked at a number of natural compounds, and there was only one natural product that had a significant impact on improving longevity and quality of life. That one compound that they looked at is a combination of natural ingredients that is a NRF2 activator, a nerve activator. And I'll be talking about this product as a nerve activator. This nerve activator increased the longevity in these mice, particularly male mice, by about 7%.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, 7%, yeah, you know, that doesn't sound like much, but can you imagine having 7% more of your own life? Or 7% even for your dog?
Well, in
it's a
humans,
gift.
it would be like 5 years, right? And
exactly. And in dogs, it could be a year or two, you know. So you're looking at a significant impact on our lives. Now, I don't want to get too specific in this because, first off, I don't think the importance really is the 7%. What I think is important is that they actually found that this natural product, this NRF2 activator, improved and increased lifespan, period. Because I think saying that because it did it in mice at 7%, it's going to do it in anything else at 7%. It could be more. It could be substantially more. But it was statistically significant. Now, I said this was in male mice. They found a smaller impact on female mice that was not statistically significant, but in fact did show an increase in longevity. So I'd like to look at a couple of things specifically in this study that I think are key to understanding it. Like I said, there was a significant effect on the survival of male mice, and that was about 7%. median survival. The investigators in this particular study, again sponsored by the National Institute of Aging, made the following comments in this study about this NRF2 activator. The finding that the NRF2 activator increased longevity in genetically heterogeneous mice is consistent with previous reports suggesting that NRF2 activation may be causally associated with increased lifespan. So not only did they say this study showed an increase in lifespan, but it is consistent with other people's findings in other studies outside of the National Institute of Aging.
Wow.
And the data further support the idea that the effects of NRF2 activator on longevity may be at least partly due to NRF2 activation. So NRF2 activation basically is turned on by a number of things in our bodies. It's a cellular protein, it's bound up, and under certain conditions it's released. It goes to our gene and activates a series of genes called the survival genes. These survival genes, once expressed, do such things as reduce inflammation, control oxidative stress, that is, reduce free radical damage inside of our cells, and reduce fibrosis. So this series of genes is very, very important, and many other investigators has called NRF2 activation as the master regulator of our cells. So critically important, and now we actually have a tool, in fact, the most potent NRF2 activator ever found in this natural product, this combination of 5 plant ingredients. So pretty cool stuff, and really exciting, pretty exciting for anybody interested in aging and the diseases of aging. Of course, you can look at me and you can tell why I'm interested in anti-aging products.
Well, but I'm going to be 60 next year, so I'm super interested. I don't want to go to the doctor. I don't want to go to the hospital. So to wrap it up and put it in simpler terms, NRF2 is a protein that, and all mammals have it. That's why it helps dogs, horses.
That is exactly right. That's a great point. And that's why it's as exciting for us that love animals, dogs, horses, cats, and other animals. It's exciting for us for that as it is for our own cells, because the mechanism, the NRF2 mechanism, NRF2 activation, is exactly the same. It's what they call well conserved across species. All mammal species have this exact same system in their bodies that is designed to control inflammation, oxidative stress, and fibrosis. It's especially effective.
I understand oxidative stress is linked to pretty much every disease known to man. So
particularly the diseases of aging.
NRF2 will, let's put it in simpler terms, talks to our genes, and then it tells the genes to make the anti-inflammatory, the antioxidant, and the anti-fibrotic, let's say, enzymes that the body needs.
You got it. You got it.
Your body needs to stay.
You should be given this. You should be given this talk.
and therefore, that's why if we keep ourselves healthy, we're probably delaying the natural diseases that are associated with aging. Let's put it that way. So it's not the product itself, it's like this reaction that's happening inside the cell.
It is not like a drug where it's targeted at modifying something in our body to try to cure it. It is a natural product that uses the exact same system we use throughout our life, the God-given system that we have to control oxidative stress, inflammation, and fibrosis. And of course, the problem is that that system depreciates over time. So as we age, the NRF2 activation gets less and less effective. So if you can find some way to boost that NRF2 activation, this natural system in our bodies, we're getting the benefits of essentially a younger system to help reduce aging and the impact of aging, the diseases of aging.
And potentially longer, healthier lifespan.
You got it. You got it.
Thank you so much.
And one more comment, if I
Sure,
may.
sure, sure.
I'd like to share with you a picture, one of my favorite pictures. This is a picture of me and Sheila and one of our horses, Jesse, who were animals that are now gone. And Sheila was my favorite dog of life, and I've had many dogs. And I just can't imagine how much it would have been worth to me to have even more time with that extremely loyal, just perfect animal. So
I know.
this is important to all of us, not only for ourselves, but certainly for our animals.
It's important. So, who would you want to have around a little bit longer, right?
Exactly.
We probably have a laundry list of people and animals that we would like there.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you so much. This is so exciting. Great news for people that need a little boost of, there's so much negativity around. So we're the bearer of good news and hope. And we
Great
have
news.
the study. Anybody, if you can comment below, we'll share this. If anybody that wants to take a look at the study and know more about this NRF2 activation, and if you have any questions for Dr. Lee Seward, we'll just keep on the conversation. This is about sharing this information and letting know as many people as possible that we have something really, really incredible, not just for our health and that of our family, but for our beloved four-legged creatures. And I thank you so much, Dr. Seward. I know this was a long time in the making, and I will see you at our Big Dreamers convention at the end of October. Looking forward to seeing you. Okay, thank you so much, and give Becky a huge hug.
Yeah, paraphrase Dr. Spock, live long and prosper.
That's right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
You too.